be starting our new set of vocabulary words. There's 13 words in total this unit. And just like we usually do, you will have a vocabulary quiz. So it's so important that you're studying these vocabulary words and that you're practicing everything in this play section, okay? So after I'm done with that, go ahead and practice the vocabulary words using this because we will have a quiz. So the first word that I want to start off with, and I'm sorry because these words aren't going to be in order, but I think it's really important that I'm showing you it in this specific order, okay? So we're going to start off with what is matter. I know a lot of you guys have heard of matter, right? In different sentences like, what's the matter? But in science, it means a completely different thing than how we usually hear it. So matter is anything that takes up space and has mass, which that's another one of our vocabulary words. Mass is pretty much how much things weigh. Water, oxygen, salt, and sand are examples of different types of matter. Matter can be pure substance or a mixture of different substances. So look around your room right now. Everything that you see is made up of matter because it takes up space, right? It takes up space. And today we're going to learn about the 3 different forms that matter comes in. So that is what matter is. So what is matter made up of? Matter is made up of atoms, something called atoms. There's itty bitty 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 tiny little things. The tiny pieces of matter make up all matter, okay? Later on, we're going to look at a periodic table. But this is pretty much what a carbon atom looks like. We're going to learn about atoms later on. So atoms are what matter is made up of. All right, so states. I know in Ms. Donati's class, you guys have heard of the 50 different states of the United States, right? But states in science is a completely different thing. States is the 3 states of matter are solid, liquid, and gas. So states pretty much means how matter is seen. And matter is seen in 3 different ways. It comes in 3 different forms, which is solid, liquid, and gas. So I'm going to jump all the way over to what is solid, liquid, and gas? Solid has a definite shape and volume, which means it's really hard to move. You see, these little balls are all atoms. They're all very tightly packed together. So if you look at an apple is a solid because it has a definite shape and a definite volume. It's very hard to change the shape and it's very hard to change the volume. Matter also comes in liquid. Liquid like water, right? Water is a liquid. A liquid has a definite volume, which means it always comes in the same amount, but it doesn't have a definite shape. So if you look at the atoms, they kind of all a little bit more spaced out than the solid one. Do you see that? Then our third form is gas. So oxygen is an example of gas. Oxygen or gas does not have a definite shape or volume. So if you look at the atoms, they're all spaced out and they bounce out everywhere. So pretty much what that means is I can't put oxygen in a glass, can I? I can't touch it with my hands like I can with a solid or a liquid. So that's what it means when it says no definite shape or volume. Okay. All right, I'm going to jump over to physical change. So there's 2 different types of changes. There's physical and chemical. Physical change a change in which matter changes in form only. The matter itself does not change. An example is water boiling. Water changes from liquid to gas, but it is still water. So I'm going to get into this a little bit later on, but physical change pretty much means when I boil water, the water still stays water as is gas, right? Or if I put water in the freezer and it becomes ice, that ice is still water, okay? So that's known as a physical change. Melting point is the temperature at which a solid changes to a liquid. Ice melts at 0 degrees Celsius or 32 degrees Fahrenheit. Density is the amount of mass something has per unit of volume. A cup of rocks has a higher density than a cup of feathers. To figure out density, you must divide mass by volume. So pretty much this is saying that a cup of rocks is definitely weighs a lot more than a cup of feathers. It has more density. Mass is the amount something there is. Mass can be measured with a balance. Mass is measured in grams and kilograms. Okay, I'll jump over to physical change or chemical change. Oh, boiling point. I want to go over boiling point. And measure. Measure means to find out facts about using different tools. Different tools measure different things. For example, a ruler measures length or how long something is. A balance measures mass. Special containers measure volume. Boiling point is the temperature at which a solid gas changes to gas. Water boils at 100 degrees Celsius. Chemical change is a change in which the group of atoms that make up something change. When metal rusts, it is a chemical change. Okay, so something happens in the atoms where it makes certain things, certain matters change into something else. Okay, whereas water, when it changes to ice, it's still water, right? So that's one way. We're gonna have some practice. Again, I told you guys we're gonna have more practice with this later, and I'll explain it a little bit more. And that is our vocabulary words. So please go ahead right now or later, go ahead and play and practice these different ways. Okay, you guys can do any of these. Again, we will have a quiz, so make sure you study.